Okay, so today's a different topic, but it's one that I think a lot of people can use in everyday life. And I think a lot of people don't actually know what this topic is even about or know anything actually about this topic. So I think describing it is going to be it's going to be a good idea and can help a lot of people. So let's get to it. So this video is basically going to be about diet soda and why it works and why it can work to help you lose weight. Because a lot of people don't even know anything about losing weight. So this is probably gonna help you learn about that in terms of a soda. So let's see if we can do that and make that happen. So the first question. So why does diet soda work? Why can you even lose weight drinking it? And that comes down to because it is a high volume, low calorie food, specifically diet soda. And you might be wondering right now, what is a calorie? I don't know what a calorie is, and that's brings me to the second question, what is a calorie? And so a calorie is literally just a unit of energy. If you've looked on the back of any food, of any wrapping, of any edible thing you've eaten, uh, literally it's on the back of every single, they're legally required to put the calorie amount and macronutrient information on every single packaging of food. And calories is usually the biggest number on the back of these kind of these wrappings of you've seen it before, and most people will know what I'm talking about. It's pretty much the biggest number on the back of of the wrapping of food of whatever you've eaten. And this is basically just calories essentially mean or are the definition of energy. Calories are literally just energy that your body uses to perform every activity, to perform breathing, blinking, running, walking, your heart beating. All of that is using calories, in other words, energy. So the number on the back of that wrapping is how many units of energy your body can use to do things. So if something says zero on the back of it, for example, like water, or in this case, diet soda, your body has zero energy units to use. And if it has zero, that means it won't be able to break it down into energy and it won't be able to use it toward activity, toward beating, toward blinking, toward all of those things that I just said. And so this brings us back to, so why does the diet soda work then? Well, this comes down to a calorie deficit, and you might now ask, well, what's a calorie deficit? Because we went over what calories are, and now we're adding another word, and we're saying calorie deficit. A calorie deficit is literally just a lack of calories. It means that your body is in a lack of calories in terms of your body shape. So this doesn't just mean that you won't have energy or that you won't be able to move or function. This means that in order to sustain your body shape, meaning the amount of body fat that you have on your body, you need to be in a maintenance of calories, meaning you need to eat the same amount of calories that your body needs to maintain that shape. So a calorie deficit in terms of your body fat percentage would be a lack of calories to sustain that body fat. So if you're 15 or if you're 20% body fat and you need 3,000 calories to maintain that, if you start eating 2,500, you are now in a 500 calorie deficit. So your body needs 3,000 to maintain that 20%. But if you remove 500, you put yourself in a calorie deficit and you start going down on the percentage of body fat because you're in a deficit. And that is literally the definition that is the definition of how to lose weight. There's a lot of controversy and confusion about losing weight, doing keto and doing paleo and all of this other stuff. But at the end of the day, it comes into, did you burn off more calories than you consumed? That's what it is. And no, this doesn't mean that you should eat whatever food you want to fill those calories in. It's still beneficial to eat healthier foods, but this is what it is. So when we go back to the original question, so why does diet soda work? Well, because it's a carbonated drink that has 0 calories in it. So if you drink this much volume of water that's flavored and tastes nice, and it goes into your stomach and fills you up, you're most likely not to eat any food. If you have this with a meal, it works even better because your meal goes in, you get full, and then you drink the soda with it too, you get even fuller, but for 0 calories. So you maximize that volume, and the lower calorie foods you eat, the lower in calories you consume, the more likely you are to be in a deficit. In other words, the more likely you are to lose weight. So if you do want to lose weight, it's highly encouraged that you eat lower in calorie foods. This doesn't even mean that you need to count the amount of calories that you're eating. Just look at the back of the things you typically eat and then eat things that are less in calories than that. So if you look at the back of of let's say you're eating um, a donut. It's like 300 calories on average for the average donut. If you go for a protein bar instead, that's 200 calories. So you save about 100 calories and you included about 20 grams of protein. That puts you in a 100-calorie deficit. Now, that's not many calories, but that's a start. That was only one of your many foods throughout the day. So that's like a way, that is the only way that you can lose weight is being in a deficit of calories, which I find that many people don't understand and don't know and think doing things like keto or paleo will work. And if you don't know what keto is, it just means no carbohydrates. And if you look at that from a calorie understanding, you'll realize that low carbohydrates doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be eating less than you burn. So that's why keto doesn't really make any sense in terms of weight loss. It can make sense if you wanted to just remove carbohydrates for maybe water retention or possibly some sort of gut health for not eating as much sugar or something like that. But in terms of weight loss, it's specifically down to the amount of calories you eat and in terms of in generally speaking, the better the calories you eat, the more likely you're going to lose weight. Meaning if you eat fruits, veggies, you're more likely going to lose weight than if you eat McDonald's and Krispy Kreme, which is pretty obvious, but to many people, they don't even know what anything about calories is. And so this brings me to another thing I wanted to say. Stevia versus sugar. Many people don't know what stevia is. Many people do know what sugar is. So sugar is a nutritive sweetener. This means that your body can break it down for fuel and for energy. And what did we say energy was? We said energy was calories, which means you can gain weight from sugar. However, stevia, it's a very, very tricky little, very handy tool to use when dieting because stevia contains 0 calories and is a non-nutritive sweetener, meaning your body cannot break it down for fuel. What does this mean? This means if you put it into your tea, if you put it into your coffee, you add 0 calories and you add zero energy, which means you will be more likely to be in a deficit than if you were to add sugar. What else does this mean? Anything that you do or anything that you add sugar to, you can substitute for stevia because stevia is non-nutritive. It will not be broken down into energy and you will not be able to gain weight from it. This is also what they use inside of diet sodas. That's why when you turn over diet soda and you turn over on normal soda, you see a way, way different amount of calories in there. A diet soda, your average normal diet Coke that's like about what is it, like the 8 ounce or 12 ounce or whatever it is, the diet ones always have 0, but the normal ones have about 140 calories. Let's say you drink two of those a day, that's almost 300 calories. You substitute out those for two normal or for two Diet Cokes, you literally put yourself in a 300-calorie deficit. You put, if you put in 50 calories of sugar into your coffee or your stevia throughout the entire day, your tea or whatever it is, substitute with stevia, you save another 50 calories. You're in 350 calorie deficit. It's small changes like these that will allow you, that help you to lose weight. So going back to the question, why does diet soda work on a diet? Why is it called diet soda? Because it's 0 calories. You need calories in order to gain weight. Without calories, you can't gain weight. So if it's a 0 calorie item, it's very, very good for losing weight. So that wraps it up. That's literally the entire idea behind calories, the entire idea behind weight loss. This is coming from experience. I did use this information to lose a bunch of weight, but don't just take it from what I'm saying. Go try it. If you do drink normal soda, drink this soda instead. Drink the diet one, and just don't even change a single thing about your diet. Just drink the diet one instead of the normal one. And I promise within weeks you'll see a difference. Once you do see a difference, then there's actual evidence to the cause. And then you can start switching out other things. Once you switch out the other things, you'll start dropping pounds like flies. And then you will reach your goals of whatever body fat percentage you want. So, with that being said, I'm done here. That was basically all I had to say.